I am so excited. It's time to decorate for Christmas. Hi everyone, welcome to A Handful of Daisies DIY. I'm Elaine. I am not a fan of cold weather, but I am a fan of the holidays. I love Christmas, the decorations, the lights, the Christmas music, and spending time with family. So in this week's video, I'm going to be working on canvas signs for my booth. Now normally my signs are all made out of wood, but I got a really good deal on a bunch of canvases, so we're going to work with those today. So let's get started. For my stencils today, I'm using the vinyl paper that I picked up at Dollar Tree. This isn't the greatest vinyl, but it is a lot less expensive to use when you're just doing stencils. The bad thing about using stencils on canvas is they don't stick very well, and there's not a lot of sticky on this vinyl paper from Dollar Tree, but we're going to make it work. So I cut these out on my Silhouette Cameo. I'm just going to spread them out using a scraper tool. And then I'm also using some wood pieces I picked up at Dollar Tree as well, just to give me some support underneath. It does take a little work to get this to stick. Again, the canvas doesn't take this vinyl very well, so you just have to work with it to hold it down. And you may be able to see as well, if you miss weeding any of the vinyl, you will figure that out as you're pulling the transfer tape back. You can see here I did miss a few spots weeding. Again, you just have to be patient with it, especially when you have those little pieces. Sometimes you just have to pull them back and put them down separately. Once I get everything down, I'm just going to smooth it out just to make sure it's adhered as good as possible to the canvas. Then I'm going to be using Waverly chalk paint and ink for this gingerbread sign. I used this stencil last year, and it was a great seller for me. But last year I did all of my signs in wood, and I'll probably do some more this year in wood. But like I said, I got a great deal on these canvases, so I thought I would try them out this year. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to put a frame around them. I did buy the wood to build the frames, I'm just not sure if I'm going to use it on them, or maybe I'll do it on a few of them. I do kind of like them without the frame. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Should I put frames on them? Now, as you're putting the paint on the stencil, make sure that you dab off the paint so you're not putting a lot on it so it won't go up underneath the stencil. So just download it off your brush a little. You can always put a thin coat on and go back and add a second coat if you need to. I like having the thin coat on because it does make it look a little more distressed. So then I'm just going to pull off the stencil. It is still wet, so I'm being very careful not to smear the paint. And this little weeding tool I did pick up at Dollar Tree. You get a pack of 2, I think, for $1, and it works really well. Here's a look at how it turned out. What do you think of this one? Now we're going to get started on our second one, the Farm Fresh Christmas trees. I'm using the apple barrel paint in Mountain Forest for the trees on this one. And on this one, I'm just going to dab up and down just to give the trees a little bit of texture rather than having it all smooth. Again, I am using light paint on my brush because I don't want it to go underneath the stencil. And again, this stencil is not on very well. And you can also spray additional adhesive on the back of these stencils. I've done that as well to help them stick a little bit better. I'm going to be using the Waverly chalk paint and ink for the lettering. Again, just offloading my brush to make sure I don't have too much paint on there. Now, if you're interested in any of these stencils, they will be available on my website. You'll find that at handfulofdaisies.com. And these are quick and easy projects to do. So rather than go out and spend a lot of money on Christmas decor, it's so easy to make it on your own. Again, I'm just going to pull back the stencil while it's still wet, and then carefully weed out the insides of the letters. I think the green trees just really make this sign. This was another great seller of mine from last Christmas. Let me know what you think in the comments below. How do you like that one? We're going to move on to the Don't Stop Believing sign. I'm going to do the hat and the believing in apple barrel paint and flag red. And then I'll do the Don't Stop again in the Waverly chalk paint and ink. Are you as excited about decorating for Christmas as I am? Let me know in the comments below. Have you decorated yet? I normally try to wait till after Thanksgiving to do my decorating, so I'm excited to get started on that this weekend. Also, let me know in the comments below, do you use a real Christmas tree or do you use a fake tree? You know, I've always had a real tree, but last year we decided to try out a fake tree and it worked out really well. They're so pretty now. So again, I'm going to go ahead and pull off the stencil while it's still wet, get it weeded. What do you think of this one? Now this cardinal sign I think is my favorite of all of the signs. I think it turns out beautiful and it has such a great message. So I'm doing the bird again in the apple barrel flag red, and then the wording in the Waverly chalk paint and ink. I'm also just going to put a little bit of black around the edges of the bird just to give it a little definition. and then the beak in black. Then the snowflakes I'm going to be doing in Apple Barrel Summer Sky. It's just a really pale blue. I thought it turned out really well for the snowflakes. I'm not sure how good you can see the color in the video of this, but this blue is really pretty. I think this is the best part, pulling back the stencil to see what it looks like. What do you think of this sign? I just love how it turned out. Now we're going to start on the black canvases. If you've watched many of my videos, you know I love just black and white. So this again is one of my favorites. The Cardinal, of course, was my favorite of all of the ones I did, but the black and white, I just love for all of my decor. What do you think? Do you love just black and white, or are you more a fan of more color? Let me know in the comments below. I love getting all of your feedback. Again, just pulling back that stencil, weeding out the inside areas, and you can wait till it's dry to do your weeding. I like to do it when it's wet just to make sure it doesn't pull any of the paint up. But you do have to be really careful to make sure you don't smudge the paint. What do you think of this one? So the next black canvas is the Winter Wonderland. This is a new stencil for me this year. I really like this one a lot as well. Of course, the black and white, I think, just really makes it I picked up all of these canvases at Michael's. This is the first time I've seen the black canvases. Normally, I would have to paint them, but I was excited to find them already black. One less step. Again, pulling back the stencil and seeing how beautiful it turns out. I just love that. Here's a look at how all the signs turned out. I did a few more that I didn't video, but I'll show you those as well. Again, let me know in the comments below, do you think I should put frames on these? And if so, should I do stain frames, black frames, white frames? Make sure to let me know in the comments. And don't forget, if you're looking for one of these stencils, you will find them on my website at ahandfulofdaisies.com. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and you can see just how easy it is to make these Christmas signs. It is Thanksgiving week, so I want to wish everybody a wonderful Thanksgiving, and I hope you'll join me next week for another DIY.